How did I find out that I'd got an MBE? Well, that was a really funny story, actually. I was actually in Manchester preparing for the inaugural Paralympic World Cup, and I was in the hotel room with one of my teammates, and my phone rang. I answered the phone, and it was my sister on the line, and she said to me, are you expecting a letter? And a letter had apparently gone to my mum's house, so I didn't receive it. And I said, why? What do you mean? She said, well, we got a letter and it's stamped from 10 Downing Street. And she said, have you done anything? And I was like, what are you talking about? And I started to rack through my brain whether it was a traffic light I'd jumped or maybe I'd done something that I shouldn't have done. I mean, I thought I was generally a nice guy. And she said to me, shall I open it? So I said, yeah, open it. And I was listening, I think, getting really, really worried. And she opened it and she said, oh my God. And I was like, what have I done? What's happened? And then I could hear my mum in the background going, oh my God, yeah, my son. I was like, what is going on? Tell me what's in the letter. And then she said, you've been nominated to be given an MBE. And I was like, oh my God, I just absolutely couldn't believe it. You know, it was a total shock. And then she said, underneath it said, you're not allowed to tell anybody until this is officially mentioned at the end of the month. And I was like, what? And I'd made all this noise, and my teammate who was in the hotel room had listened, and he thought obviously something was wrong. And he was going to me, what's up, Ad? What's up? And I was like, I had to make up a story, and I was like, my mum's roof caved in her house. It's awful, really terrible, Steve. You know. And he looked at me like really weird, like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah. And I had to go through the whole Paralympic World Cup and the whole month without telling anybody that I'd got an MBE. But I felt just so proud and so overjoyed. Yeah, it was that was a cool moment.